Hi everyone and welcome back to another Mixed Media Tuesday, and today we're going to have so much fun. I have new products here from the latest release by By Marlene, but I'm going to focus only on some of them so that you don't get overwhelmed, and we are going to play and create ATCs. If you are not familiar with what that is, ATCs are artists trading cards. They basically are mini art. It can be a mixed media project or a colored project, whatever goes. They have always the same standard size, which is 2.5 by 3.5. In this pad you will find 21 of those tags. This is thick mixed media paper, so you can use lots of mediums. Now people like to trade them or collect them, so there is available a stamp set that you can stamp at the back, where you can write your name, the date that you made it, and how many of them, if they are unique, or how many of them are in this collection. Now the fun part is that they give you also an ATC album where you can hold everything together. You can either collect your own, the ones that you make, or if you are in a trading group, then you can organize everything that you get. Now the fun part is that it also has a ring up at the top. There are also ring reinforcements, these confettis, which are in different colors that you can play with, and you can tie a ribbon. It makes it really easy to grab the tag out of the album, out of those sleeves, or put them back in. For today I'm planning to make 4 tags so I can complete the first page. They are super fun to work with, and I'm going to show you an easy way to work in batches, so you can always create lots of them at the same time. Especially if you are into a trading group, you need to make one for each one of the members in the group, so you need to recreate many. The album comes with 5 of these sleeve pages, but you can buy extras, and the package has 4 sleeves inside. Now I'll be creating 4 different ones in one go, but although I'm not into a trading group for these ATCs, I want to create them because I'm going to give them as gift tags on my Christmas presents, and I want them to be funky and super fun. So I'm showing you a few other products that I have from this release. These are frames. I won't be using them because they are quite big for this project, but I will be playing with these ephemera images. They are absolutely adorable. You will find they come in different sizes. I'm also going to use the stencils that I've shown you previously. And as I browse through some of the images, you can see that they are real images of real people and real animals, not those ugly AI generated images of people, but also they come in a really fun way. They have funny hats, they are very colorful, and you will also find inside more than one sizes of each image. I am going to put them in one of my plastic boxes so that I can easily browse through them and play with them throughout the season. And then one more thing that I'm going to use for my ATC cards are the paper elements. So the paper elements gives you images, lots of them, that you can easily pop out. You do get 2 pages of each design, so you have plenty of them to play with. But enough with talking, let's start making. Start by applying a layer of acrylic paint directly on top of my tags. These are thick mixed media paper, so they take acrylic paint with no issues at all. I'm starting for the first tag, and I chose 2 shades of green, lighter and darker one. You don't have to cover the whole tag, you can embrace white space if you want. Nothing has to be perfect, just some brush strokes, and also to achieve that look I'm making sure that my brush is completely dry, so I can see the brush strokes and the colors don't blend completely together, which would be the case if I had lots of water on top of my tag. At the same time, I'm kind of protecting this way the tags because they're not going to curve due to too much moist. Now here I'm using an orange and a yellow. Notice that each time I'm going to use 2 colors that are from the same color family. So again, 2 blues, a lighter and a darker one. This way you know that you are not going to end up with mud and you don't have to think of the color theory. So I have the base for my 4 tags, and let's move on to the next step, which is going to be the stamping. I have here a very old set by Art by Marlene. It is still available. It's one of her essential stamp sets, and it comes with all those different designs that are perfect for background stamping. So I'm going to switch and use some of them. I'm mixing and matching patterns. I'm not thinking at the moment at all on what is going to happen on top of the tags, because I really don't know what the focal points are going to be and where I'm going to stick them. I'm just having fun layer after layer, and I'm stamping everything with permanent black ink. So you see here I'm switching into designs, making sure that I have thinner and bolder lines, that I do have dots or circles, so that I have some visual interest in terms of design. Next step, we are going to do some stenciling. Just use any stencils that you have for this step. I'm using a new one from Art by Marlene, and since I do have her new neon pastes for stenciling, these are the stencil pastes. They have 6 colors inside and they are all really vibrant. I'm going to play with those. For each one of those tags, just because I don't want to make them look very busy, so that I will allow for any focal point to stand on top of them, I'm going to use pretty much the same color of paste for the top. And look how vibrant that paste is. I mean, look at the color, it's really neon. I am going to use just a little bit and apply it through the stencil with my spatula, clean up the spatula, clean up the stencil, and move on to the next tag. So for the tag that I have the pink and the reds, I'm going to go with the neon pink. Again, don't overthink it, just go for it, add a little bit of the paste completely randomly and don't cover the whole tag, just to make it look more interesting. Here I'm going with the orange one over the tag with the orange and yellows. And finally I will go with the blue one for the tag with the blues. Now these dry quite quickly. By the time I went to clean up my stencil and everything else that was dry. I didn't use a heat gun, so I don't know if it's going to bubble up on you, but I like how it stays nice and thick and it didn't seep underneath the stencil. Now, one thing that I always like to do while I'm waiting for that paste to be completely dry is to decide on the focal point. So here I have that ephemera pack and I'm just trying to decide what goes where. I'm going to play with different sizes, but look at that. Everything matches perfectly. So you really can use this technique to create backgrounds and then just stick your ephemera on top. You have tags for Christmas that they are ready to go. Now, after all, I decided to go with these ones. I'm going to stick them down and notice that I use glue mainly at the center of those ephemeras at the back. So if I decide to tack something underneath, I can later go ahead and do it. Now, there are no rules on ATCs, again, do whatever you like, but if you want to add dimension, you can definitely go ahead and add some. So you can definitely use foam tape at the back. However, usually we tend to make ATCs kind of flat because we trade them and we like to send them in a flat envelope. I'm also going to store them inside my album in the sleeves, so I don't want them to be quite bulky. This way it will be easier for me to store them inside. I'm also going to pop out some of the images from this element pad, so some hearts or flowers or circles that you can pop out and stick just to embellish your composition a little bit more. And you can see that for some of them I go underneath my main focal image. For others I'm going to stick them sticking outside, which I'm going to cut off later on. You can layer them one on top of the other, and I'm just having fun here. I'm not thinking anything. I'm just trying to embellish the background or add some visual texture onto the tags. This is the most fun part of creating these ATCs with the collage techniques. And as I'm putting this together, if you are into an ATC trading group, let us know in the comments below, because I'm sure that many other people who are not into such groups don't know where they can find them. So always share that information so that others can join you if you want to. Now I am going to use my scissors to cut off any excess. You definitely don't have to do that. But again, since I'm going to store them inside my sleeves, I want them to be nice and neat all around. So I'm just going to chop off his leg, although that's not what I would normally do with cards or other elements. Anyway, do as what makes you happy. You can either chop them out or just let them stick outside. Now I am also going to use my fine liner, a black fine tip marker, and add some sketchy lines around some of the elements. These lines are not perfect, always sketchy, and I don't outline everything, but I feel like they do a big difference since they help all those elements to pop against each other and also pop against the background. So I'm going to do that for all the 4 tags that I have, and then I'm going to move on and bring in my white gel pen and add some highlights, again completely randomly. I'm not paying attention to where the light comes or hits the object, just add some sketchy lines. They are going to bring those images more into life, and I also like the look because it makes them look more whimsical. And if you follow my videos, you guessed the next step, white splattering all over the place. You can be more neat than what I am and cover the faces if you don't want to have any funny blobs of ink on top of them. I'm a pro into splattering because I do it all the time, so you see I didn't have any surprises here. I always use a very small thin brush, and by the way, this is white calligraphy ink, so any brand would do. Now let's finish them off by adding those reinforcement rings at the top, and since I do have all those colors, I am going to use a color that is similar to what I have on the background. So I'm just going to glue those down. And really I had so much fun creating these today that I know I will be sharing lots of them, especially for my shorts videos, which I think they are perfect. Now I do have some quotes. These are from a sticker quotes booklet that I have for years. Don't even look about it online. I'm sure it is discontinued, but it's always nice to just combine all the products with new ones and just use your stuff as well. I am going to mix and match some of the words, and you can definitely go with Christmas sentiments like Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever, but I think that these tags are so fun to use, and it would look better if you choose something completely unexpected as a phrase. I grabbed my fine liner again. I'm going to outline those phrases, and then they are pretty much done. I'm going to stamp the bag with the ATC card stamp, where you can write the date and you can write your name, especially if you are into a trading group. This is a must do. So I'm just going to show you how it would work. You can definitely use a stamping block if you feel like you don't care about perfection, like I did here, perfect. Or you can go ahead and use a stamping platform. It's really up to you. I'm just going to write down the date, just checking. So as you can see, I just did those early in the morning. And yes, in Europe we write first the day then the month, and then the year. It's one of one, so super unique. I'm not going to make a second one of these. And then since I do have the rings up at the top, I'm going to thread some ribbon and tie a knot with another thread, just making sure that I combined the color of that hemp that I used with the background color, just for an extra fun touch. So I repeated the same process for the other 3 ATCs, and here they are all together. I'm absolutely in love with them and I had so much fun playing with them. I'm going to place them inside these sleeves, and then at the end of the video you will be able to see some close-up photos on all of them. Down below in the description you will find all the products that I used linked, and whenever I have a coupon code I always add it there, and some of the coupon codes are exclusive for my audience and they never expire, so always check the description. Here are some close-up photos on the ATC tags that we made for today. I hope that you had fun, that you got inspired, and I'll see you all next time.